#1 cable news show for 8 years and counting. The O'Reilly Factor.
Continuing now with the Kelly File, justice for a despicable sexual rapist child predator in Nevada. 38-year-old Chester Stiles has been the target of a massive manhunt after a disturbing videotape surfaced showing him sexually assaulting a two-year-old girl. Now, a jury has found him guilty on 22 counts, and Mr. Stiles will likely spend the rest of his life in prison. So, how'd the cops get this guy?
Good old-fashioned police work. One of his loser associates turned in the tape to police. So then they had the tape and they had his picture.
Right.
Then another loser associate.
Did they see him on the tape? Was he visible with the 2-year-old?
He was visible with the child.
Good.
Then another loser associate comes forward because he was trying to distract attention.
When you say loser associates, these are friends of his,
yeah,
right?
Friends, exactly. Right. Comes forward and decides to identify his friend Stiles as the guy in the tape. Why? Reportedly because he was also being investigated for something, so he tried to flip on his friend.
Okay.
So now they have a name to go with the person who's on the tape. So they get America's Most Wanted out there, they get all these people out there looking for him, and not long thereafter, at a random traffic stop in Nevada, they marked him. They found him. They arrested him, and he confessed.
And the jury was shown the terrible tape.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to picture myself, and I'm sure you do too, on that jury. I would not want to see that tape.
No, I know.
And they had to look at it. As soon as they did, and they saw this guy. That was it.
Yeah.
So he gets life, and they can't put him in the general population because he'll be killed immediately.
Yeah.
So he's going to spend the rest of his life, this guy, in 23-hour lockdown with 1 hour in solitary where he can walk around someplace.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good, right?
Perfect. Oh, it's perfect for him. I mean, this is the kind of case that makes you want the death penalty for child molesters, but what he's going to get is arguably worse.
Okay. Now, bizarre case number 2. Woodland, California, northern part of the state. A dentist. Okay, Kelly, take it away.
This guy, Mark Anderson, his patients come in, they get more than a cleaning bill. They get felt up by their dentist.
All right, you got to walk us through it now.
He's fixing their teeth, and then he is sticking his hands underneath their bras.
But they're out, right? They have anesthesia.
No, they're conscious.
Oh, come on.
And he is massaging their breasts.
Come on.
Saying it will help with their TMJ, their jaw disorder. And they're conscious.
Come on,
and some
Kelly,
of these women went back again for
They're not woozy with any kind?
No.
They're just sitting there?
They had
Why would these women allow that?
Because he said it helps with TMJ.
Oh, come on.
Here's the most bizarre part of all. Apparently it does help with TMJ, but you got to stay on the sides. You're not supposed to go in the center, and he went in the center.
So he's charged with 22, what is he charged with?
Yeah, counts of molestation, of molesting all these women. And his defense, he found 3 medical experts to take the stand to say that is a way of fixing it.
Well, because they pay those guys, and those guys will say anything.
Right, and he had testimony from some of the women that he said to them, bring your husband on down here. I'll show him how to do it, so you can get this relief at home. Turns out the husbands knew how to do it already.
It's hard to believe, though, that another guy, he's got to be out of his mind.
Yes.
All right.
He says he was a country dentist, and he was trying to help him out.
You think he's going to get jail time?
I do. He's going to get convicted. These women never should have gone back. They say they went back because they didn't want to believe that their dentist could molest them. But ladies, if your dentist starts grabbing your boobs, get the heck out of there.
All right. I think that's pretty straightforward. Ooh. All right. California gay marriage, just briefly, it's in front of the Supreme Court, and you want to make a prediction on this thing?
Yeah, I think that Proposition 8, the thing that amended the Constitution so that gays cannot get married or cannot have their marriages recognized, will be upheld.
Okay. So you don't think that their court is going to invalidate the vote of the people?
Gay marriage will remain unconstitutional until the voters say otherwise. That's my prediction.
All right. Now, earlier this week, Kelly, right here, lawyer, by the way, went to law school, passed the bar.
Practiced law for many years.
Was raving about The Bachelor. She actually watched it, that show where guys get dating on the TV set or something like that. I'm fearful of that, so I don't watch it. I block it. I have a little chip that anything like that. But I want you to run a clip of it so everybody can see it, and then we'll have Kelly explain why she's enamored of this. Go.
So going back to that final day, what I realized is I was falling for 2 people at the same time. But I do still have feelings for Molly. I mean, I think the worst thing in the world is to live your life with regrets.
You're such a bastard. I'm so mad at you.
Yeah, amen, Melissa. All I'm sorry, but this is so wrong. It was stunning. Anybody who watched the series knew it was a stunning ending to the series. Usually he picks the girl, he rejects the other girl, and they go off into supposed wedded bliss, and they break up 6 months later. Right? That's the way it's supposed to work.
And you believe in this?
Well, I believe in that system,
You know, this to me is World Wrestling Federation. You know what I'm talking about here?
Don't you have any guilty pleasures?
You are believing all of this, okay?
Don't you have any guilty pleasures? Right after it was a show called True Beauty, which was even worse.
Okay, we'll have that next week. So, Kelly, you, an intelligent woman, a woman of the world, a woman who anchors the news on the most popular cable news network in the world, you devote your time to this.
Yes.
Now, why don't you just watch Gorilla Monsoon throwing somebody through a window?
Listen, occasionally I tune into Judge Judy, and I also like The Dog Whisperer. It doesn't make me a bad person.
Now, don't you think these people are a little dopey for doing this?
Yes. Listen, in a way,
wouldn't do that.
No, I would never do it. And she got what she, deserved by going on the show.
Melissa did.
Yeah, she did.
Melissa got what she deserved.
She did by going on the show. But
Should
listen,
she go
I like
to prison?
Melissa. No, I like Melissa. I'm back.
Oh, you like
Melissa.
her?
Hey, listen, the problem I have is with this guy.
What's his name?
Jason.
Ooh.
Jason Mesnick.
Ooh.
And not only...
We don't like him, right?
We hate him.
Should I send Jesse Waters after this guy?
Let's ambush Jason.
Run him down?
Look at the tears. Could he have cried any more, not just in the finale?
Don't you think he's a wimp?
Listen,
so Melissa's better off without him.
I have never
He's a wimp, this guy.
I have never been less attracted to a man in all of my life than I am to this man.
I don't even know if he is a man. Megyn Kelly, everybody. Oh, all right, that's enough. Reality Check is next tonight, starring David Letterman calling Rush Limbaugh a name. And did CNN's Lou Dobbs borrow a fact or phrase? Could that possibly be true, Lou? Check. Moments away.
Out of